Hey, evening everybody. How are we? Morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Wherever you are. I'm here. I've made it. I made it in. How are we doing? Are we live? I'm assuming we are live. We usually are. Hi Tony. Watching from the tube. Not the tube of the U, but the tube of the tube. Okay, so we've got quite a few people in already, which is good. Great stuff. So let's have a look. We've got Matt Pedwell. Welcome, Matt, and thanks for your comments earlier. Very, very much appreciated, mate. Merry Christmas to you as well. Mike Racing Demon. I don't think Mike's going to be there, but sadly his missus has had a bit of an asthma attack. So tuck her up, Mike. Keep her well, mate. George Christophe, evening George. Theo, evening. Benji, I think we said hello, Benji. Mike Atlantis. No worries, Mike. Glad you sorted the comments situation out. Greg's Vintage Workshop. Hey again, Greg. Back in again. Well done, mate. Greg is in the house. Cody's Paul, good evening to you. Andrew Ausfer, fantastic, DAC90. Yeah. Yes. I've probably bitten off more than I can chew again, but you know, that seems to be what I do, isn't it? What's the matter with me? Why do I do this? Why do I put myself through this pain? Marky, hi Mark, how are you? Tony is on the tube. He's watching from the tube. Matt's excited. Stephen Devereaux, evening Steve, how are you? Major T just in time, yeah. Derek Taffman, evening Derek. Doug McCartin, evening Doug. Hot Bottle Radio today. Ah, scary stuff, Doug, scary. I'm going to need someone to hold me hand on this one. Do you have my tree ready to ship? Since you mentioned it, yeah, there might be a tree situation going on here. What do you think? Should we pop it on? And we'll put the radio on. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it lovely? That's loud, that one. No volume on that one. Still working. A robotic arm. There he is. That's better, isn't it? It plays exactly the same tunes as the other one, so it must use the same chip. And it's winner, winner. Turkey dinner. Or just winner. You know. I think the battery's going down on my little snow scene. He's going a bit slower. And Santa's fireplace is getting a bit dull as well. Gonna have to have a re-battery situation very soon. Isn't he nice? Let's pop him off for a minute then. So I did a couple little tweaks on this today. I straightened up the LEDs because Gary was telling me off for not having them straight, so they're all straight now. And this switch down the bottom was wobbling about quite a bit, so I've put some electronic silicone around that to hold it a bit steadier, because it's only held on by the sort of 90-degree pins, so it's very easy to move up and down. So once that goes off, it'll take 24 hours for that to go off. Then we'll be back to normal with it. So yes, and just lurking in behind There's a scary thing back there, like, ooh, scary. Yeah, proper job's good stuff, Matt. Proper job is good stuff. Hi, Brett, how are you? Did you make it in? Or are you talking from the car? And Chris? All the gear, no idea. Good evening to you, Chris. Good evening, Chris. Colin Pamplin, good evening. Jeff Crabb, good evening. Ho, ho, ho. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Just think of the mystery box. What are you saying, Benji? Oh, you're sealing up a box for Chris. Whoa. Something's going to jump out of that. Hi, Daniel. How are you? Yeah, we've been down and voted earlier. Well, that's why I'm a little bit late. Because, well, various things, really. Hi, Linton. How are you? Hope the cough is better. It isn't, Linton. It's not. Hi, Keith. How are you? It's not better. You know, I am struggling with it a little bit, actually. It kept me up most of the night last night. But, you know, it's got to get better at some stage, isn't it? It ain't going to get no worse. So, yeah, the new washer dryer arrived today. Well, it arrived at about 5 o'clock. So, I've been down hastily plumbing that back in. Then nipped down to the polling station to do our bit, and back up at tea and straight up here. So it's been a bit manic again, but you know, it's tough at the top, isn't it? It's tough at the top. So let's move all my toys out of the way. I am like a big child, really, aren't I? Oh, he says, ripping Mrs. Cruncher's lights off the bench. Just sorting out my room here, sorting out my mess. What we need is a modification for the Christmas tree to include a volume pot. Be nice. So I did watch the stream back last night, and it was quite a good picture, actually. I was quite pleased with how it went. I think I will be using the webcam when I'm facing the other way again, because that seemed to work quite well. Better than you just seeing the side of my ear when I'm doing something, really. You never leave childhood. No, I definitely haven't. Definitely not, Matt. Not here, mate. There's no grown-ups here, I can tell you. So yes, we've got something rather nice in to play with today, and I know it's quite an iconic radio. It's one that I purchased. I didn't purchase this one, actually. I purchased another one at the boot sale quite a few years ago now, and that was my first ever sight of Evolve radio. Scared the life out of me, obviously, but you know, I never did pluck up the courage to plug it in and turn it on, really. Where are we? Is that a bit dark? See if we can lighten that up a bit. There we go. So here it is. Here it is. I'm sure we've all seen one of these before, haven't we? The DAC90A. Hi Jess, how are you, mate? Not seen you for a while. Cheers, thank you, Jess. Hi, Gary, how are you? DAC90A. Metal grill. DAC90's got the cloth grill, hasn't it? Hey, Steve, all the way from France. Evening, Steve from France. And Pat. Evening, Pat. How are you? What does Benji need a new one of? He needs a new paw print? I don't know. I don't know what Benji's doing. Benji, what are you doing? You've got a DAC90 yourself, Pat. Have you 90 or a 90A? Because they are quite different inside, apparently. I've never had a 90A. But I've actually got 3 of these. I've got this one. I've got a beige one that Sean swapped with me. We've done a bit of a deal. And today, I don't know where Sean is. But, he is about. He is about, our Sean. So, yes. So you got the DAC90, Pat, have you? Right. Excellent. You got a nice 90A as well, Tony, have you? Benji's got a gramophone. I'm not sure how that's related, really, but never thought about getting Benji's family today. Yeah. Benji, there was a fox head in the auction today. George was tempted to get it. Anyway, before we do any radio, we've got to sort out some beer, haven't we? And this seems to be following on with the Bad Elf situation. We've now got Criminally Bad Elf. This guy must have done something really bad, and he's behind bars. It's probably because he was flinging baubles at Santa. Now this is probably more up my street, really. Let's have a look at the overhead camera, which is really, really dark for some reason. I must have darkened that down yesterday when I was messing with the Christmas tree. So I've had quite a few entries already for the Christmas tree giveaway. So if you haven't already got your entry in, then make sure you do. Otherwise, you won't win it. You've got to be in it to win it. So here's our Criminally Bad Elf. Let's get rid of me. Criminally Bad Elf, look. That's crazy, isn't it? He's definitely behind bars. What's he been doing? But this one's 10.5%. God dear me. This is going to be like cough mixture, I reckon. Again, it's only a small bottle. So we've got a little message on the side there. I don't know if you can see that. It is quite difficult to see that, isn't it? Save me reading it out. It'll just save my voice, really. Anything we can do to save my voice, because it'll prolong the live stream. That's good, isn't it? And I do like barley wine, to be honest. Barley wine is my favourite. Look at him, Criminally Bad Elf. Love it. Why don't they have these all year round? It's a bit of fun, isn't it? Oh dear. George, behave. You'll need to have a look at yesterday's video, Matt. I don't know if you saw yesterday's video, but you basically got to enter the word tree in the comments of yesterday's video. That's tree with a capital T in yesterday's video, and you get the chance to win this. So you've got to put the word tree in yesterday's video comments. No good putting it in today's video because it won't count. There we go. There we go. Let's get that out of the way, actually. Right. So cheers, everybody. Oh. You can taste how strong that is. Well, you can't, but I can. That is strong, but that is very nice. Very nice. Very similar taste to yesterday's, to be honest. Not a massive amount of difference. I wouldn't. If I was giving them side by side, probably this one is a bit more treacly, but. Criminally. Excuse me. Right. DAC90A then. What do we know about the DAC90A? What do we know about the DAC90A? Somewhere here I've got a schematic. Now, where did I put it? Pixie PP. Oh dear. God, it's hammering down here, Colin, as well. Hi Nick, Petronics, how are you? No, literally, you've only just started. I've been waffling for 20 minutes. We haven't even looked at the radio yet, look. George will be telling me off again in a minute. So, DAC90A, let's see if I can find the... Where's it gone? That's gone. Right, let's bang you onto my screen a minute. Screen cap. So you should be on my screen now. Yes, you are. So this is the trader sheet. September 1954. So this is 10 years older than me, this is. So it's got to be 65-year-old. Well, not quite. Yeah, 65 years old. So it was released, look, in February 1950. PT purchase tax. So in February 1950 it was £12, 1 shilling and 8 pence in brown, or £12, 16 shillings and 9 pence in cream. So it's telling us the differences, look, between the DAC90A and DAC90. So it's a lighter tuning scale, and it's waveband control, which is positioned halfway up the cabinet instead of at its lower edge. But again, the the grill on the 90 was cloth, and this is a metal mesh. Whether there were like later production runs of the 90 that had metal grills, I don't know. So it's got a frame area inside, which ain't brilliant on these. So we're going to struggle to pick anything up in here, definitely. We can stick a signal out on my signal generator, which should prove it's working, if it works. So we've got a circuit description there. Again, as I always tell you, I'm not a valve man. I don't mess about really much with valve radios. I will have a go at them, but I haven't spent time to learn the theory behind it all. I know it's roughly the same as transistor radios. The circuitry follows the same theory, I suppose. But I don't understand the inner workings of the valves and how they achieve what they achieve. That's the thing that I don't know. So here's a copy of the circuit. So it looks like we've got, I take it that's series heaters, isn't it? So if one heater packs up, they all pack up. Let's make that full. No, wrong button. I was already full screen. So there's our valve pinouts. Another thing that I haven't got to grips with yet is which pin is which. So there's the top of the chassis. Again, I have had these apart. I have worked on them before, but I've never restored one. I've only just got them working, really, is the thing. So it's the underside of the chassis. So really, excuse me. This is a live chassis. So it's AC/DC set. So they are dodgy to work on. So if you are following along, do so at your own risk. I've got equipment and test gear here that does make my safety a lot more reliable, but really you need the kit to start working on these. So I'm looking at this this circuit here, and I know they talk about that capacitor, which is the grid coupling capacitor, and I'm assuming that's this one here, C18. Unless anyone tells me different, that looks to me like that is the grid coupling cap. Although, yeah, I'm not sure because we've got two connections to the grid there, but it looks like one is directly off of the main supply. C22 as well, straight across the mains. That ought to be done, but I've got no X class, X or Y class capacitors that I know of. Scale lamps. Again, if they're not working, I do have some more bulbs somewhere. But they're almost, well, they're impossible to get those now, so I think it's 0.2 amps I've got. 200 milliamps, or is it 20 milliamps? I can't remember now. Does it say what the scale lamps are? Right, anyway, so we need to find C18, I think, and C22. I'm pretty sure C22 is up at the top here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. There's C22, so we probably need to change that one or cut it out altogether. I'll take your thoughts on that. C18 is under the bottom here. So we need to whip that one out and change it, and possibly either cut C22 out altogether or swap it for another one. So C18 and C22, have we got a sheet? Tells us what they are. C18.01. C22.1. Of course, we have got our HT smoothing caps in here, C20, C21, 32 microfarads and 16 microfarads. That's in this can here. So there we are. Let's go back to the unit then. Back in the room, right. Back in the room and back, hopefully shortly on chat. There we go. Right, let's just let me catch up with the chat a minute. Yeah, so if the grid cap leaks, it takes the... Hi Theo, I did say hello Theo, didn't I? So if the grid cap leaks. You think it's better than the Christmas radio, do you, Benji? No, surely not. Hi Steve, mine's the same age as you, made in 1951. Wow. Excuse me. Yeah, I know. £400, Doug. Whoa. C18 it is. I got it then. First time there. Look at me. Look at me. So I can lose C22 altogether, Andrew, can I? Okay. So we're not going to power this one up as such yet. We need to get the back off of it. So let's get inside her and have a look. Let's just get rid of me a second and pop myself up in the corner again. No one puts Cruncher in the corner, apart from Cruncher himself. Let's make me smaller and pop me up there. So I know when we were working on something else, we robbed some bits out of this one. But I think I put them back when we were changing valves. This one has got a crack in the Bakelite just up here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. So it's had a bit of a bashing at some stage, or in fact that's above the dropper, isn't it? So this area does get very hot. I'm surprised they didn't put well, it would have been asbestos back in those days, wouldn't it? There we are. We're in. See if we can get in close. Let's go in deep. Deeper still? No, that'll do. Whoa, come on, Graham. Up a bit, up a bit, up a bit. Down a bit, left a bit, right a bit. Bernie the bolt. Remember Bernie the bolt? Right, there's the inside of, well, the top half of the chassis anyway. One dead valve. Did you spot that, Derek? Dear, oh dear. Yeah, that is toast, isn't it? What's the betting? That's the output valve. Oh. That's actually broken. That ain't good, is it? Look at the state of that. The base is actually broken as well, so that's had a bit of a knock, that one. Hey, which one is it? It is a Brimar UL41. So our UL41 has had it. That's not a good sign, is it? The rest look okay. Have we got a UL41 knocking about? Yes, we have. Hi, Graham. No. UL41. That is the output valve. It would have been, wouldn't it? Could have been overdriven by the grid cap passing DC. It could well have done. Are those locked all sockets or something specific to Europe? Let's just turn that upside down, make sure we haven't got any glass bits lurking in there. And yes, we have. There's a couple bits of glass on the bench there, so let's just get rid of those before I go and stab myself on them. Oh, I hope not, Theo. Now, do we test the audio transformer? By disconnecting it and injecting an AF signal into it. I can't remember which valves we were pinching now. I mean, we've got two open-ended bits here as well. I don't know if you spotted that. Let's get you back in the shot. That's our dial lamps, and we've got crispy wiring. Oh dear, this ain't looking good. So we've got bare wires here. You see that where my finger is? Bare. Not Bear Grylls, bare wires. Excuse me, people. Ugh. George.
Your audio's dead, Graham.
Yeah, no, I've just spotted it, mate.
All right, mate.
Cheers, George.
Cheers.
Ha. George has spotted that I had no audio, so apologies for that. I turned it off when I was having a bit of a coughing fit and didn't turn it back on. But hopefully you can see what I'm up to anyway. Excuse me. Oh. So Paul has very kindly picked me up some silicone wire from the NVCFs, not the MVCF, Royal Wootton Basset. So hopefully I'll be able to rewire this. A screwdriver is just a very slightly too large. It's not, but right. That's that one off. That's both the knobs off. I think I've got to pull this one off, or has it come off inside? Yeah, that comes off inside as well. There's a screw on that one. Excuse me, I can't really see there. Just going to get down and dirty with it. Off. All the knobs off, and now I've got to undo these screws. That one. And that one. It should now, hopefully, I don't think there's anything else holding it in. Unless it's just being stubborn. I don't think there's anything else holding it in, people. Speaker wires? No, I think there's plenty of slack on the speaker wires. They look a bit crispy though as well. There he is. It was just being a bit tight. Ooh. Alright, let's just position this so we can have a look. Yeah, all the wires, going to need a total rewire this one. All the wires have gone really, really crispy. Not to worry, we can have a look at it still. Let's just heat the soldering iron up and I'll take these speaker wires off. Let's get the Sharpie pen. Bear with me, I'm just heating the soldering iron up. find my chat on here. Stream status is bad according to that, but it looks fine to me. Pop a chat out. Apologies for the lack of sound, it was just me. I muted the mic, was coughing my guts up just now, so. It's all dodgy wiring on this. So once we get it out of the case, we'll be fine. But yeah, hi Mr. E, how are you? We are well and truly live, so there's no editing in this one. Yeah. There's the biggest lump of dust in the world in this. Look, this is horrible. I don't even want to touch this really. Yuck. Ugh. Nasty. Right. Let's see if we can get these speaker wires off a minute. Actually, no. I want to just mark the mark a speaker first if I can find. Where's my Sharpie gone? Just want to mark which wire goes where. Twang. Keep forgetting that this is a bit heftier than transistor stuff. I need my iron a bit hotter. There's lots of nastiness inside there, look. There's a whole load of hell inside there, look. Oh, he ain't been out for a long time, has he? Right, let's put that gently down on the floor. Now we can have a closer look at some of this wiring. Check the output transformer when you can, a weak part of these sets. We'll have a look at that in a sec, Andrew. The wiring, I mean, if someone said the dropper resistor, that's totally gone. Oh God, it's just falling apart. Let's zoom you in a bit then. We can have a look at the worst of it. So if you see center of the picture there, let's pop that up a little bit. That's the bulb holders. So someone's obviously pinched the bulbs out of this for another radio. You can see this is rock hard. If I just bend that, it's just falling apart. That. Now I've seen people just put heat shrinking over this and reuse it, which, you know, you could do that if you got lots of heat. It literally is. It's had it. So that's had it. We've obviously got a valve gone. What else do we want to see? So there's our valve liner, tuning cap, and that's the frame area that you can see on the side there, just out of shot. That's the missing output valve. And we've got some rather crusty wire here. So this is our dropper resistor, and that has had it as well. That resistor looks pretty, look, it's got pretty hot, but I think they all look like that. As I say, I've got more than one of these sets. Let's have a look around the other side then before we get underneath it and see the business end. So here's our smoothing cap, 32 and 16 microfarads. I mean, look at this wire, it's shocking, it's terrible. Let's come back across a bit. Okay, so there's the back of our dropper resistor, and you can just see the output transformer stuck in underneath here. And this here, believe it or not, is that mains capacitor. Right. So George is saying test the audio transformer first. And if it's not working, it's a test set. Well, you can't really write it off that easily, George, can you? I'm sure you can still get output transformers, can't you? I'm sure I've seen a site selling them. Ooh, nasty, nasty. We're going to have a look underneath very shortly, Steve. Oh, someone else is after me now. Someone else is after me now. They're all after me. I mean, they're trying to get me to go to the pub. Just bear with me. Right, that's that sorted. Okay. So where were we? Yes, testing the transformer. Let's get back onto the chat. You can get them rewound for 50 quid. Hi Harvey, how are you? You can still get the audio transformers. I thought you could, Theo. No, it's not darts tonight. There's I don't much these days, Harvey, to be fair. So yeah, it's no darts tonight. It's we got a bye tonight on the Thursday night league, so sure I'm not resting against any valves here. So let's pop it down a bit, across a bit, so we can get the full picture. Should do it. Ooh, steady. That'll do. Right, you can see better than I can here. There is some nasty caps in there, look. 7 waxies there. That's micas down there, they're fine. So this is the grid output cap. This one's almost certainly gone. You definitely needs a bit of a clean, doesn't it? Yeah. Wires underneath don't seem too bad, to be fair. I think we're okay on the wires underneath. Just the wires on the top side, the rubber coated ones that have gone. These are like cloth coated. Hi Cyberflyer, are you? Yeah, it needs to go outside, throw a can of air duster at it, I think. So this one ain't looking too good, is it? We certainly ain't going to be able to fire this one up tonight. That's for sure. So, let's talk about testing the output transformer then. I didn't pay a lot for this, Harvey. From memory, Harvey, I think this is about 20 quid I paid for this. So I bought it as a spare set, really, not expecting it to be up to much, and it's met my expectations there, but it is doable, I think. Let's get some of this dust off. I don't really want to get this in my lungs, to be fair, not with a cough as well, but give you an idea of what's inside if I just give it a quick dust down. Nasty. Right, let's look at the schematic again and have a look, see where we can test this transformer from. So obviously we've got one side is where the speaker attaches, so we can test that. That's the output. The input side. I'm gonna have to disconnect a wire to test that, I think. So C19. Where's C19? Yeah, Steve, it's definitely a fair bit of work there. I wouldn't say it's a week, but certainly it's a good couple of days worth of slog to get this one safe. So let's test the now, anybody any idea what I'm looking to see on the speaker wires, ohms wise? Some diagrams they've actually got it written on it, but I can't see it on this one. Let's have a look in the iCloud drive. Ah, it's the same one. Yeah. I did try and download the actual service manual, but the Bush one, which is better than this one, but you know. So let's test across here. You reckon about 3 ohms? So we've got 0.85 of an ohm there on across the speaker wires. That's you're going to get that by the looks of it, because it's only a very small coil on the output. Let's have a look. Just what you're looking at. Oh, you can see the meter there. Okay. So yeah, I'm getting. Hi Wenlock. Good morning. So connect a speaker and listen for a scratching noise when your probes are applied to the primary. AVO is better with 15 volts on the resistance range. Test across there. Wow, I'm just wondering, because all this wires gonna need changing. That wire ain't bad there. No, it's in series with everything else here. It goes through that big resistor, which I'm assuming is that R15, big one on the main panel. Bear with me, people. I'm just looking through everything here, see if I can work it out for myself. Yeah, that is R15. Okay, so that's one side of it. It also goes to C19. Which is, oh God, I think is there one on top of the, yeah, there's one there, one on top. So it goes across C19. Connecting the speaker up, again, is easier said than done, but I have got another one here somewhere. Which I could use. So let's go with Andrew's quick test. I think that's quite a good idea. Yeah, I was reading the secondary to start with, Andrew. So it's 500 on the primary and 0.75 on the secondary. So secondary is pretty good by the looks of it. 0.87, so the secondary is good. I don't think I'm going to be able to get at the where's that? I'll just see. Okay. I'm going to snip this, people, because the wires have all had it anyway. It's going to need rewiring. So it's that one. And that capacitor there. If I can get in there. Okay. Is that enough to test it now? So I've disconnected C19 and that. Let's try. $15 mega. Well, I've still got connections here coming off elsewhere. There's connections everywhere coming off of this thing. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's snip them all. So everything's disconnected now. I've literally just got the output. So now we should get a reading. It's still giving me 15 mega ohms. I'm not sure why it's not steady. As I say, nothing is now connected on the primary. Actually, just make sure that wasn't touching that wire there. Let's try that again. No. So it's looks like it's open circuit on the primary. Am I right in saying that? It's supposed to be 50 ohms, sorry, 500 ohms. That's nowhere near it. Okay, I've totally disconnected the output, people. So there's nothing on the sorry, there's nothing coming into the transformer. The transformer is totally open-ended. Both, I've got that on the secondary. I don't think that's shorting out anywhere, is it? Just make sure that wouldn't affect the coil on the primary anyway if that was shorted, would it? No, we've got 8 mega ohms. But I'm struggling, Linton, to understand why I need to test it with an audio signal when I'm trying it with a multimeter on the ohms scale, and it's showing mega ohms on the output side. Unless, apologies if the chat is lagging there, but like I say, I've got secondary's fine, 0.88. What 8 mega ohms are? I'm not understanding. I've just cut all the wires off anyway, so we've gone past the point of connecting anything to it now. Needs a complete rewire, people. Nice. So let me just show you what I've done there, because I don't think you're quite following my pattern of thought. Let's get back to my right, okay. So you see, the secondary, so the primary, is totally disconnected. All 4 wires that, all 4 wires that go into the primary are totally gone now. So that is just an open-ended circuit. There's nothing connected to the input at all, or the output. Are you with that? So even with an open circuit transformer, we would still want to power it up on a variac, would we? I think it's definitely partially shorted. It wouldn't be given mega ohms if it's supposed to be 500 ohms, would it? So that's our secondary, and our primary is here. Nothing connected. That cap I've disconnected. That's not connected to anything. So that is open-ended. Now I've got another one somewhere. Now what have I done with that? Let me have a look, see if I can find the other one. I've got another 2, but one has already been done, so there's no point showing you that one, really. No, is it in behind? Yeah, I can't get at the other one because it's in behind my variac. It's in deep. No. I'd need to pull the bench out to get to that one, so unfortunately that is have to stay. So really, that's probably put paid to that for tonight, isn't it? I mean, is anybody still saying that I need to do any further testing on this thing? Because I don't see... I'm not seeing it, people. Definitely needs a good clean, Harvey, without a doubt. So yeah, that's a wire that's going to the big resistor on the front that was connected up to here. This connection here was going to this cross-diode capacitor. And these others obviously go down to the main chassis and underneath. So they're totally disconnected now, the front end. Has everybody disappeared, or is no one talking to me anymore? Ah. Pull the transformer off the board. Pull it off. Just rip it off, Georgia. Can I get in there? Do you think I can get in there? This side's easy enough. There's a screw there. Let's have a look in this side. It's like mining. Right, pull the transformer right off. Right off. I'm pulling it right off, George. It's coming off. Transformer's coming off. Transformer, he come off. One transformer fully off. You happier now? Ooh, there we are. That's a bit bright, isn't it? I touched the wrong thing, that's why. I keep knocking the iris instead of the... Right, there he is. Oh, ow. Bang me a little head then. Transformer off the board. Secondary, primary. Ooh, there. Let's move it back in the same plane as that because it'll be in focus then. But then you can't see it. It's a no-win situation. Right. Remove the cap. The cap's disconnected. It's only got one leg hanging on. So don't panic, Steve. Don't panic. Right. Here we go then. $15 mega ohm. Let's test the secondary. Just unravel the wires. .92. That's what I said. You wouldn't believe me. I had to take it out before you believed me. But no, good call. I mean, end of the day, as you know, I'm not even close to. I'm a novice on these. Then basically, is what I'm trying to say. So probably that cap has packed up. Chucked a load of DC into the output valve, which just dumped it into the amplifier and burnt the primary out on the amp, on the amplifier, on the transformer. First goat moment. Right, quick coughing fit, and I'm back. What a shame. So Theo, we need a link for the transformer people. Ooh, good, yeah, definitely. Rewind it. I know a man that can rewind stuff. In fact, he made himself a little machine for doing it. Didn't he, Chris? Have you noticed that Chris has disappeared rather quickly? He's he's gone. Okay, Theo's giving me some technical info here. Hang on, I must have a look at this a minute. So it's not dumped the DC into the audio amp. I meant the transformer, I said amplifier. But it caused the valve to pass too high a level of current. Right, okay. Here comes Chris to the rescue. You did see it coming, Benji, didn't he? Oh, you might have one, Steve. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, let's do that one picture in picture. Yeah, that's a bit better. I can look. You're not seeing the totally the side of my head. So yeah, thanks for taking me down that road. It was useful to know that, and I mean that as well because let's get my paintbrush back. It's nice to know what you're sort of expecting on one of these transformers. Now, I'm just trying to think. Hi, Hill Alley. Merry Christmas to you as well, mate. Now, I think Sean sent me an output transformer for one of these. Just bear with me. Let me have a quick look. Because we had problems with the DAC10. And at the time when we were messing with it, Sean thought it was the output transformer. I'm sure he sent me an output transformer. He sent me a speaker. He sent me an output transformer as well. I'm sure he did. I'll have to speak to Sean on that. His memory's probably better than mine. But the thing is, where the hell would I have put it? Who knows? You've got what, George? I've hissed transformers that will work, whether they will fit. You've got transformers that will work. Hi Lee, how are you? Yeah, I think Chris won't want to be rewinding any transformers after his last escapades. Look at the state of that wire though. God, excuse me, I can't help this coughing, people. Crusty. Theo's saying Ray from Radio Workshop knows a chap who rewinds them, so he's keeping his US ones to send away. Yeah. You're back on the big PC now, George, are you? So we definitely got a kaput transformer, output transformer, which is a real shame. Okay, Theo's saying check to make sure it's not broken where the wires enter the winding. Let's give that a bit of a clean up as well then. So I take it by that you mean just getting something to prise it and see if one of the wires has come off underneath here. Oh, it's a good call. That would be great if it was, wouldn't it? See if I can get in there and directly test it on the top of the coil then. So here it goes. So I'm testing directly on top of the coil now. Still reading 15 mega ohms, and that's testing right on the very top of the coil there. So I'm actually testing on the top. 15 meg. Worth a shot though. All right, George, thank you. Yeah, it's really knackered, George, is the word I think we can safely use. Wow. Just find out quickly what the lads are up to. What's it now? 9 o'clock now. They'll be going out now. It's hammering down again still. Since it's natural, there's no harm in taking the transformer apart. Whew. How about a VCR? We'll just throw a VCR in there, George. It would take me an hour to set up to show a VCR working. Can we take it apart? Of course we can. Anybody want some plates? I can't see any signs of burning in there anywhere. You really want me to take this apart, do you? Unsolder the wires from the terminals, then open up the windings. Could be a break close that can be repaired. Let's turn it up, man. Yuck. Too much dust in here for my liking. Whoa, you're saying all let's do them? Get off of you, George. I'll send it to you and you can do that. Put it in the bin. Okay. To be fair, that's not a bad price, is it? Theo, if that does the job. Have we got a spec sheet? So would we need to alter anything, Theo, in order to make that fit? Because if we're saying it's got 500 ohms on the primary, I can't see a connection that would do that. It does. Is the primary the right impedance on that then, Theo? Greg, you've done a transformer rewind video, have you? So okay, with the secondary impedance, again looks high. Okay. Right, okay, so we're looking at the DC resistance, are we? So it's 1,000 ohms on the primary and 1.5 ohms on the secondary. Would we need to change anything in the circuit then in order to make that fit, Theo? Or would it just fit anyway? You need to match that of the original windings, else it won't match to the valve impedance. That's what I was thinking, Theo. So what would I need to do? Just drop it in, George. See, I'm struggling with that. Lots of people have used that one in DAC90s. All right, Andrew. So it will probably work, so we don't need to do anything, but we obviously need to make sure we get the right connections on it. So do we need to use the lowest impedance connection here, which would be like 1 and 3 or 2 and 4 4 to 5k. And on the secondary, we'd need to use the lowest. 3 to 4 ohms, or was that 3/4 of an ohm? It's worth getting one of those in and trying it, isn't it? I think so. If you need 8 out and 10k in, then you need X turns ratio. The original one's turns ratio was 40 to 1. So 8k primary. So terminals, from that I get terminals 1 and 4. It's going to give us 8 to 9k, sorry, 1 and 3. It's going to give us 8 to 9k. And then George is saying we've go across D and C. Interesting. I'd say I will speak to Sean because I thought he sent me another output transformer, and I think it's up with the DAC10 in the loft because we had a dodgy speaker in the DAC10 and we put another speaker in it because this one is this one here, it's really crusty. If you can hear that on the microphone. That is rubbing really bad. I'll tell you what I'll do as a treat for you. I'll go and get my working one and we'll fire that one up. How about that? How about that? As a special treat, we'll go and get the working one. Being that you've helped me out. I think we need to order one of those transformers to see if it's right, or see if I can find the one in the loft. So Andrew's saying the only thing to watch on this TX being transformer, it's a 40 milliamp limit. The anode current of the UL41 is 38 milliamps. Yeah, George, you'll have to explain that to me later, George, I think, because you say it's easy, no maths required. You're looking at the turns ratio of 40 to 1. So 40 turns to 1. I don't know. TX transformers, right, bro. You're welcome, Jeff. You need a transformer 5k to 8 ohm. That'll probably do it, Benji, won't it? Will that do it? Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. Right, let's get this one off the bench. It's a shame. It would have been nice to have a look at that. Let's say we could have unsoldered it and had Had a look to see if the brake was right at the top, couldn't we? It does mean unwinding a bit of it. It may never ever go back together again. Just having a quick look underneath all the gunk. Toast. So, Andrew's saying for the new transformer you could increase the UL41 cathode resistor at the expense of a slight reduction in output. I will do a bit of reading up on that, I think, Andrew, because obviously people have come across this before, so they've obviously managed to fix them with a lot more knowledge than what I've got. So I do like to learn from other people, as you've probably all seen. You guys have helped me no end. I don't profess to be an expert in any of this, although I'm a technological genius. They're going to go back in there now, aren't they? They're saying, no, we didn't want to come out of there in the first place. You pulled us out. This is horrible. Right, let's clear the bench up. Let's get that speaker out of the way. I still think I've got an output transformer here somewhere for this. So that'll be my first port of call. But we could get the RS one in and give it a try, couldn't we? Sod the expense and all. Bear with me, I'm just going to get the other radio. There he is. There's a power cable there. There we are. Coming back in the room. Back in the room. Give this a clean off. Don't want to put this down on top of all that lot, really. How about that? Yeah, you're thinking of Ray, the guy at the radio workshop. we think? Is that a bit better? Use a transformer out of this one. Let me have a think about that, Brett. No. Trying to get the glare off of it, really. It's all or nothing, this camera, isn't it? That's better. There we go. Right. I've connected it up to my Variac. Let's turn it on. Now, I have been using this radio, so it does work. It is a bit of a science, Theo, to be fair. So let's wind it up a bit, see if we can get any noise out of this one then. So I'm on my Variac and isolation transformer. Let's let it sit. It hasn't been turned on for a couple months, to be fair. So if you're wondering what I'm up to, down below where you can't see me, let's see if I can chuck the I can hold the webcam there. Let's pop that in picture in picture. So 109 volts is drawing 50 milliamps. I've got it turned on. Should start hearing something in a minute. Don't show us down below. I can hear something. Here she comes. $120 milliamps. Right, that's medium wave, I believe. Let's flick it over onto long wave.
With Dr. Catherine Lord, who's been a long-time student of his and has been working still in the field, and they
That's that,
and find out the history of that project. Dr. Lord then actually joined my research group and told me all about the story, so I got involved in it, and then I told Trevor Larson, who studies domestication.
No, the frame area was not brilliant in these, to be fair.
Leading to these other traits showing up, all of a sudden didn't seem to be so simple anymore.
Yeah, I love it. That was a sort of mashup of, super senior. Really from a domestic animal genetics background.
Yes, and I think it's actually even more than that. So what I came in with was a really strong understanding of what it was like to try and do genetic studies in populations that had very small, what we call effective population size, which means that very few individuals are used to start that population. And so that I knew that there was just a lot of things that were difficult about studying in these populations. I don't know that
Excuse me.
but I did have an understanding of that kind of genetics. Okay, so
So there we are. At least you saw a working DAC90A. Would anybody like to see in the back of it working? Hi Simon, how are you? Would anyone like to see the back? Let's have a look then. You could be careful I don't touch those just in case there's any stray voltage lurking around. So just loosen those two at the bottom. Say Sean actually did this one, aka Man Cave Workshop. Talk dirty to Volve men, why don't you? You want to see it working, don't you? You notice I've marked positive on that. And I've also marked positive on this. Because as you can't really see that because I'm a bit far out, but so you get the gist. Because if you can put this plug either way round, and all of a sudden you've got a live chassis. So let's turn it on. You can see inside. I've done a little bit of work. Sean did the majority of work on this. I have been inside and just tidied up a few bits. Let's get you in a bit closer. So I'm sure you want to see them hot bottles glowing. So yeah, all I did really was heat shrunk this wire up to make it a bit safer. And I think this is the one we swapped the speaker for. The other one was in it that was rasping. Yeah, we swapped the speaker on this one as well. But it's been totally recapped. Sean's done a really nice job inside underneath on it. It's full of yellow new poly caps. Hey, yeah, you just woke up now. I've put that dodgy transformer down. Sean, No, Chris. Does that bring back nightmares, Chris? Output transformer on a DAC90A. Toast. No worries, mate. Yeah, you were volunteered for a rewind, Chris. There was talk that that you may have done one before. Right, so let's pop it on again. Just wind the variac back up. Excuse me. And we are up to 240 volts. Let's pop that light off. And hopefully we'll see a bit of glowage. I've got the camera light on there as well, so we've still got a bit of light in here. Let's pop that off a minute and see if you can see if that makes it any better. I'm gonna have to go totally dark. Still only just see them. Oh well. They don't glow bright, do they, on this? Do you think you could rewind that for me, Chris, do you, or for yourself? Or have I frozen? Anyway. Probably need to get down a bit lower to see it right, I expect. Yeah, they're not. They're fairly enclosed, those valves. You can see them glowing a little bit, but not very much. I've turned my camera Light off now, just pop that back on. It's better. Well, there we are. Right, Jeff. A drop of creme de menthe and Lucozade. Just got your ITT weekend working. They do sound nice. Seen the crack in the wood cheek. A Tassimo. You just stick a bit of whiskey in it, then. Bit of whiskey in it, Harvey. Dear, oh dear. I don't know if there is any voltage remains on those pins once it's switched off. Let's just have a look. Shouldn't do, really, should it? No, nothing. So it ain't going to give you a bite if you grab out of it when it's off. But yeah, the only thing this lacks really is a decent aerial. I've even used it on my AM transmitter on my Spitfire. I was going to dig that out and show you tonight as well, but I think I put it up in the loft. Well, there, you've had a good look inside the DAC90A. We've found a dodgy... Oh, that's the wrong back, isn't it? Is it the right back or the wrong back? I don't know. We'll go with that back. That's a nice back, that. I don't know which back's which. So there we are. Need some amoxicillin. Sound a bit bronchitis-y. That's what I thought, actually, Andrew. I was only saying that to Mrs. Cruncher this morning, that sounded a little bit worse for the wear. I know the feeling, Harvey. I'm the same, mate. The trouble is, it comes out of my mouth wrong, and it's in my head wrong as well. They don't like to give you antibiotics nowadays, do they? Right. So what we could do, Chris, is we could swap this this transformer repair for a nice CB radio that I've got with your name on it. Do that, couldn't we? There we go. Let's push those back in. Chris has been away in Australia working, so he's still a bit jet lagged, poor old Chris. Hopefully be back full fighting fitness soon. Oh well, it's back together. I just want to put the nuts and bolts back with it. $29.55 time. I'll tell you what, George, I did a $29.55 in a what was it? Oh, I'm trying to think of the radio. Was it a Lincoln? I did a 2955 transistor. Not that long ago, George, from memory. But no, I've got a nice Superstar 120 FM. I think, with Chris's name on it. Let me just take this radio out of the way because it is quite precious. This one, the Bakelite's very fragile on this one as well. It's got a few hairline cracks in it, so we don't want to. This just knocked my box of capacitors from RS over. Yeah, the case has got some hairline cracks, so I do not want to break this one because it was given to me by my mate Sean. So, it's time. It's that time again. It's 9:30. Hang your knickers on the line. Oh, of course, yes. I'm thinking of output transistors, George. You can see it straight away. Theo, you're like eyes like a hawk. What are we on? It's a 12 today, isn't it? So we're exactly halfway through my marathon live stream session, complete with severe man flu. So where is it then? Sledge right front. Sledge. Sledge. Right. Front. Up here. Hey. You got it. You're snoring, woke you up again. Chris, we're doing a swap. a rewinder this for a CB radio, mate. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's a good swap? Or is that like about £500 of labour against a CB that's worth about 50 quid? Well, maybe 100 quid, I don't know. Let's find it then. Number 12. What's behind number 12 today? Santa. Well, Santa got any sleigh for me today? Ooh. It's another long one. It's another long one. Torx. That's a meaty looking Torx, isn't it? Well, I've got nothing but a Torx that big. That's that's car component size, not radios. Let's get that out of the way a minute. Zoom back out. Excuse me, people. This coughing is horrible, isn't it? Just say, if I didn't commit to doing a live stream every day, I wouldn't make you suffer it, to be fair. So that can go in there. I'm assuming this this isn't for bullets, it's for components. Go back there a bit, perhaps, to miss that, do they? Yeah, probably. So there we are. Coming along nicely. So, we haven't got the whole kit yet. We're a little ways off, but it's looking good. So we've got Torx, an Allen key, bit adapter, Posi drive number 1, Phillips number 1, 5.5 mil flat blade, and a 3 mil Allen key there, and a couple sockets. What was that? An 8 mil. 8 mil and a 13 plus a driver, and not forgetting our Wera bottle opener, don't forget. The important bit. You'll have a go, Chris. That's a lovely job, mate. I keep promising to send you that radio, but I just haven't got round to it, Chris, but I will do, don't worry. So that's the offending item. A nice little transformer. It's probably got 10 million miles. The secondary appears to be okay, Chris. It's just the primary. But it's probably the secondary that's got the heavier wire. That's the easier one to do, isn't it? It's typical, isn't it? So the primary is going to be right in deep with about 10 million strands of wire on it. There you are. Right. I think we're getting to the end now. That's everything done. Beer's drunk. Hi, Paul J. Try some Manica honey in a whiskey. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah. I tell you what I tried last night. I tried honey, lemon, and whiskey. And it was, it was rank. Wasn't nice. Did he, RV? So Benji had a couple of Midland, a low, and a Magpie Auto Scan 500. I mean, I've got CBs up there. They're more modern ones, though. Yeah, they're more modern ones. I've got a Euro 80 base station up there, and I've got a Macom EM27. They were good radios back in the day. That's newer ones. Of course, the older ones, the old Unidens and Cybernet chassis were really good. I used to like Cybernet radios. So I used to have a Uniden. Well, it wasn't the Uniden. It was the Audio Line 341, I think, in the car, or in the van, as it was back then. And I used to go DXing with a silver thing with some silver knobs on the front for a weekend up on the hills out the way. You'll enjoy that. I bet you won't enjoy it, Chris, will you? That's like the worst Christmas present you could have, isn't it? That transformer landing on your door. Benji worked at a place that wound transformers once. Oh, well. Anyway, people, I suppose I'm going to go again. Hi, Derek. Thanks, mate. You're not around for a few days, as you've got a visit this weekend. See you soon. York 63. Another cracking Cybernet rig. I had a Harrier. My first ever CB was a Harrier CBX, and I kept that one to the very end. I don't know what happened to that radio, but I would never have sold it, so I must have given it away or swapped it for someone else. But yeah, lovely York 863. It was the Binatone 5-star. There was quite a few Cybernet-based radios. They were really good on receive, but they weren't as good as the Unidens on transmit. So you had a bit of a 50-50 really. The Unidens were always a little bit deafer than the Cybernet rigs. But you know, maybe we'll pull a load of CBs out. The only problem I've got is I haven't got a CB radio aerial up at the moment, so we can't really hear nothing. I could drag a load of CBs out one day over this coming week if you want me to. Cheers, Steve. Thanks for joining us today, mate. So yeah, we could pull a load of CBs out and have a bit of a reminisce about who had what and what we used to get up to back in the day. Cheers, Nick. Catch you later, mate. You like the sound of that, Harvey, do you? We'll dig some CB radios out then. I've got loads of Audio Line 340s, which are the smaller 40-channel FM radios. Oh, you had the Harrier CB, not the CBX. Yeah, the CBX was the biggie. There's very few of them about, still in decent nick nowadays. I've actually got a boxed Uniden 200, I think. AM is best, yeah. Yeah, well, AM's legal now, I believe, isn't it? You can use AM if you've got a type-approved set. End of the day, I mean, I moved on to amateur radio. I don't really look back, but I still did keep in touch with some of the CB guys for quite a while. Some of the more keen ones, shall we say. Paint Tin and DV27. Yeah. I remember back in the day, and we're deviating again because I'm about to go, but I remember back in the day drilling a hole in the boot of my Ford Capri to put a DV27 in. What about that? That's how keen I was. I drilled a hole in the boot of my Ford Capri. Sacrilege, isn't it? But, you know, back in the day, that's what you used to do. You wanted a decent ground plane. Anyway, people, I'm off. I'm good then to see what Mrs. Cruncher's up to. She's probably asleep now, 5 to 10, so I've been on for far longer than I was supposed to. But, you know. Cheers, everybody. It's that thumb, isn't it? Because that one's over there somewhere. I don't know. I keep forgetting the camera's 180 degrees out. So, anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow. We will dig some CBs out. Not sure when. It might be tomorrow, but I might have another valve set tomorrow. You never know. And don't forget, yesterday's video. Check out the video for a chance to win this that I built yesterday live. Bit of fun, innit? Thanks to Derek, that was. Cheers, everybody, anyway. Bye for now. I've got to get this intro restarted. Pause my mic, and I shall see you tomorrow, everybody. Bye for now.